final part of the show with Adjua Ando and Nick Booker, and we're going to have Call the Midwife star Megan Cusack on Talking Telly as well. Oh, Megan, hi.
Hello, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you. So tell us about your role as Nancy Corrigan in Call the Midwife.
So Nancy, she's popped over from Ireland. She grew up she's an orphan, so she grew up with the nuns over there, which is sort of, you've learned a bit more of since the last episode. And she comes over and she's just a bit erratic. She definitely doesn't have a filter, which lands her in trouble occasionally. But I think it's quite nice having someone who, messes up sometimes, like all of us.
Let's have a look, because it's the season finale of Call the Midwife this weekend, so let's see.
Do you not intend to get yourself in the family way, Mrs. Dello?
Oh, God love ya. I'm 42. I brought up 4 daughters. 2 grown up and gone, 2 still at home. I cried for a week when I fell for this one. And my husband, his face turned grey.
Would you write up Mrs. Dello's notes, please, miss?
Now, what we know, and I think I can say this from last week's episode, is that dear Nancy has already had a child, correct?
Yes, she had one when she was very young, back home in Ireland, in Cork. And of course, around that time, it was definitely you're taken in a bad light, and we've been learning, and we're still learning about what went on in the mother-baby homes back in Ireland. So it's safe to say that it wasn't a good time. It wasn't a nice time for Nancy. So yeah, I mean, it was a shock for me. I didn't know that was coming. Our producer Annie came in and was like, "So this is her backstory," and which was completely unexpected. She sort of kind of strides in all her colourful clothes and her can-do attitude, but she's gone through a lot.
Brilliant.
So.
Well, it's on the money, because actually this week we have the story of British mums in the 60s and 70s who were unmarried and whose kids were taken away without them. I know, terrible. And now they're in maybe their 80s, and they're just begging for an apology, really, And we'll wrap up by Talking Telly. We're joined by Call the Midwife's new star Megan Cusack as she tells us about this weekend's series finale.
In Bristol, by making them look through other people's recycling bins at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you could smell it. And then there's and there's Dr. Ruby. Yeah, they did this.
Megan looks a bit shocked by that.
Just think that's a bit harsh.
Where do you're at home now, right? So are you in the kind of thing where you're trying to reuse food, or do you just a lot go in the bin?
Oh no, we really try not to waste any food. I mean, luckily, Joe, one of my flatmates, is a bottomless pit. So quite often I can pass my plate if there's anything left over.
So he is the recycling bin. That's good.
Yes, nicer than that.
Do you like the shows about food, Megan? Because there are so many of them now, aren't there?
Yes, love anything cooking related. And we love them here. Last night we were watching, I can't remember the name of it, but oh goodness, no. This is great. I brought something up that I can't remember the name of.
Give us a clue. This is good. Go on. What sort of food was on it?
It was over in America, and it was talking about Black heritage cooking. And then there was this great chef who called the Real Mother Shucker, who was bringing oysters back into his community. It was really interesting. You were getting a bit of history, but you were also learning the different ways they used to cook food way back when. And yeah, I just thought it was incredibly interesting, and I wish I remember the name of it.
No, don't worry. That's brilliant.
But she's going to bring home some delicious sandwiches, and then the delicious sandwiches come, and then the kids say, "We've made you some sandwiches," and it's like ketchup, lettuce, and smushed up bread, and he looks at them, and the mum's looking like, "Please eat my children's sandwiches." He's looking at them, he looks at the delicious ones, and he goes, no, I'm having those. That looks horrible. I'm not eating that. And it's just that I just
Really
love the
good.
way it's sort of undercut stuff.
Megan, I can see you love it too.
Well, yeah, I've only actually watched the first 2 episodes, but the first episode I just thought was so beautiful as well and heartbreaking. And I love how it takes its time. You know, the first 5 minutes, I don't feel like anyone even spoke. It was just all these beautiful shots and watching these 2 people live, just like really live, you know, just go about their day. And I thought that was really special. So I have to continue, but I do. I think it's brilliant.
It's very New York as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it just undercuts sentimentality all the time.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you, Meg. Megan, your favourite TV birth?
I honestly, I was racking my brains, and I don't know if this is on Netflix, but have you watched the My Octopus Teacher?
I've had it recommended by now. You're the 4th person, so it's on my list.
Okay, great. Get on it.
Okay.
But basically, at the end, the octopus gives birth to loads of eggs, but then she passes away. I know this sounds a bit morbid, but it's like, it was really heartbreaking because he'd, you know, created this relationship with this octopus for a year, and then it just, you know, and then it comes to an end. Anyway, I was sobbing. Maybe it's not that memorable, but I was sobbing.
Okay, let's just see this.
She's oxygenating the eggs with her siphon, looking after them. She's just slowly dying and timing her death exactly for the hatching of those eggs.
Oh, Megan, what can I say? Dear. Okay, hold it together. Not long to go. Yeah, it comes up a lot, that scene as well. There we are. So there we are. Our best in honour of you, Megan, and your character Nancy. How about that? The best TV bursts on our blackboard. Thanks so much. So when are you filming again for Call the Midwife?
I'm filming at the moment.
Oh,
so
right.
I was filming just last night, and then you're here getting me up early. No, I'm joking.
Brilliant. Well, I know
But,
you're on
yeah.
the next season, so all the best.